In this episode, we're going to talk about how to combat seasonal affective disorder or the winter blues. Let's go. So, I used to have this client that I worked with. It was actually my very first client that I opened a private practice with, and he had high levels of obsessive compulsive disorder. So, he spent at least 8 hours a day in his obsession as his compulsions. Well, when we got his OCD under control and it was treated and those kind of things, we started to notice a pattern where every fall, as fall started to creep in, he would start to spiral. And all of a sudden, he would disappear for a few weeks. And I'd be like, dude, come on back. Like, let's go. Let's get this, let's address this issue. We know it's going to happen. And so during that time, I remember I wrote a post and I let people in on a little secret. And we're going to let you in on this secret. Some people don't like fall because of what it brings afterwards. I know the pumpkins and all of the things in pumpkin spice latte, every flavored everything is so amazing, and all the basic, folks love fall and autumn and the colors, and I get it. But 5% of US adults experience seasonal affective disorder, and they don't like fall because of what comes after winter. Gray skies, it gets darker sooner, it's cold, there may be snow. And so we have to understand, yes, fall and winter is going to come around every single year. It's going to happen unless you live in places where fall and winter aren't really a thing. And so if you are one of the 5% of adults who experience seasonal affective disorder, let's try to figure out some ways to combat it. All right, so here are my big tips, and this is what I did with that one client. The first one and the most empirically supported treatment for seasonal affective disorder is what's called light therapy. So you buy this specialized light and you sit under it for 20 to 30 minutes within 60 minutes of first waking up. So you wake up every morning. Within 60 minutes of you being awake and going about your day, you sit under this specialized light for 20 to 30 minutes. And of course, you can do things under it. You can read, you can fold laundry, you can watch TV, all of those things. It's just that light therapy is going to help your circadian rhythms that are going to combat that darkness that comes around earlier throughout the day. So that is the number one empirically supported treatment for combating seasonal affective disorder. Now, some other things to do is cognitive behavioral therapy. Well, I'm not going to do therapy with you, but I'm going to give you two of my favorite cognitive behavioral therapy prompts that I ask my clients. I ask my paying clients that I'm doing therapy with to help them get through the winter blues. The first question is, are there any benefits to winter? And some people are like, no, none. But there's a bit more chance of being able to stay at home with your family and having game nights. Things tend to slow down. Christmas, other holidays come around during the winter months. And so can you think of knowing yourself, are there any benefits to winter? All right, the next question, and this is probably my favorite prompt, are what fun activities can you do that are solely about winter? I remember asking this question to that client that I was telling you guys about, but mostly we focused it on fall, of like, what are the fun activities you can be doing in the fall? So it's not so like dread. And he was like, oh, I carve pumpkins with my daughter, and we get to go on hay rides and Halloween, and we love Halloween. And so fall didn't seem to be such a drag because he started to learn about fall activities that he could look forward to. So the same thing goes for you, and apply that to winter. What are the fun activities, winter activities that you can do? Ice skating, hot chocolate. It's not like you're going to drink a hot chocolate like in 90-degree weather. Ugh, no. You get to wear sweater. It's sweater weather. You get to, there are fires and candles. I don't really like candles in the summer, but like I'm all about candles in the fall and the winter. And so, what are those fun activities that you can be doing during the winter? So, those are my two favorite cognitive behavioral therapy prompts for people struggling with seasonal affective disorder. The last strategy I want to go into is what I call the fundamentals of mental health. So, at the basic level, what are the 5 areas of living that have a strong impact on our depressive levels and our anxiety levels? And we're going to talk with you guys about them here today. Some people talk about them in regards to self-care. I go in a little bit and I talk about fundamentals. So the 5 fundamentals are these. Sleep. Are you sleeping at least 7 hours a night? Are you going to bed at the same time? Are you waking up at the same time? Sleep hygiene, huge for for pushing off or combating seasonal affective disorder. Number 2, connection. We are social beings. We need to interact with other people. So make sure that you are interacting with people who fill your cup, not those people that are energy suckers. Get them out of your life. More people who are filling your cup. So connection. Number 3, food and water. Are you drinking water in the amount of half your body weight per day? So if you weigh 120 pounds, you should be drinking at least 60 ounces of water every single day. Food, make sure you're getting your protein in. Protein is huge. Try to stay away from processed foods, those kind of things. Those are eat when you're hungry, eat till you're satisfied, eat fruits and vegetables. Those are the big things to consider when you're talking about food. So that was number 3. Number 4, rejuvenation. Are you spending at least 30 minutes a day doing activities that you enjoy? For me, that is reading. So I'm going to read, and I'm right now reading The Nest, and I love it. And as long as I can read about 30 minutes a day, it's going to help me have elevated mood, which is good. It fights off depression, and less anxiety. Those are all good things. So that was number 4. The last of the fundamentals, movement. Are you moving? If you stay sedentary, you are more likely to be depressed and anxious. Get up, move around, go for a walk, join fun exercise classes that you would have never done before. Go and do those things. Walk with people, and you can always combine the fundamentals, right? So find people who fill your cup and go on walks with them. Rejuvenation, you can join book clubs, all of those things. I understand 5% of Americans suffer from seasonal affective disorder, but it doesn't have to be your fate this year. Be an agent in your own life. And if you are someone that experiences, look into that light therapy, ask yourself those 2 CBT prompts, and make sure you're doing the 5 fundamentals of mental health. And with that, you and me can throat punch this youth mental health crisis. Let's go.